Live, deep in the heart of West Texas, it's the James Hendricks Show, SIB. Hey guys, today we're covering political and media philosophy to the guys of the news. Excuse me. Now, you guys knew that this was going to come sooner or later. So, let's go to American Thinker. Confidence, Biden's Achilles heel. This is from the American Thinker. True leadership requires confidence. Period. This is something that must be exhibited by leaders, and also something that their followers must feel about them. In other words, a leader must exhibit confidence in their decisions, their speech, and their body language. Also, their followers must feel confident in the capabilities, intellect, and presence of their leaders. Yeah, you gotta admit that is one of Biden's weak points. And you gotta think about the Kamala Harris leadership vacuum. It's these liberals. They're not. How do you say it? They're not confident unless they're raking a fuss. Alright? So, there we go. So many different stories, and we're not gonna. Here's one: genocidal regimes and leftist apologists. Of course, these leftists are gonna apologize. Here's a good article: Why Socialism Does Not Work. It's written by Anthony Matoria. Says this: the resurgence of socialist ideology is curious, given the unpleasant history of that doctrine. The historical evidence is that socialism does not work as claimed. Moreover, when socialism has been tried, it has all too frequently been accompanied by catastrophe and atrocity. It is not unfair to say that history has not been kind to socialism, and vice versa. I've got to say this. This is my hypothesis. Just feel like the lines are being drawn between socialism and federalism. It's like I told my best friend last night at dinner. I said, I may vote a certain political party in locale, but nationally, I am a Federalist. And why is that? You said, well, Virginia, you vote this political party. It's obvious what you are. It's obvious. No, it's not obvious. Because you look on my national scale, okay? We have people that claim that they are for a Republican form of government and limited government. But yet they have become rhino whiners that seem to be more for socialism than they are for freedom. So that tells me something. Vaccine passports are not only useless, but a threat to public health. I gotta say, yeah, they are. Stop mandating these vaccines. So think about it. Think about that. Here's one. In praise of Thomas Jefferson. The anti-American left. Okay, this is written by Paul Krauss of the American Thinker. The anti-American left constantly lies. This is not surprisingly. What is troubling, however, is their bid to twist all American history into the narrative of the 1619 Project, something that many historians have critiqued as containing misleading and factual inaccuracy. A case in point is the man whom Democrats once revered, Thomas Jefferson. And he's really, I can just hear some liberals and others, but Jimmy Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner. Thomas Jefferson, he's evil, he's evil. But he's evil? I don't know. I think there were some Federalists back in the day who wanted a strong, more powerful government, when I think Thomas Jefferson wanted, more limited government. See, the Democrats of yesteryear, pre-1965, is no more. You can't tell me that it's not the same party. I mean, you can't tell me that it's the same party. It's not. The Democrats produced such great men as Thomas Jefferson, Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy. To some degree, Lyndon Johnson, even though I think Lyndon Johnson messed up in trying to escalate the Vietnam War and turning even some of his own allies against him. But Thomas Jefferson, I gotta say, I revered him. As a small kid, I thought he was great. Here's another article. This is the last one we're going to cover today, and then we'll go through the Federalist political philosophy. This is by Steve McCann. Of the 46 presidents of the United States, there are 3 that can be considered indispensable to the nation's enduring existence as a free people. They are George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Donald Trump. I have to agree. But I think even before Trump, John F. Kennedy. Okay, let's go back to it. Theodore Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, and Ronald Reagan. Alright? We've had plenty of good presidents who exuded confidence and fought for peace through strength. But I think Trump there's a demand for him to come back and run in 2024. And I think he has a chance of winning. Of course, I know I have some good friends that are kind of never Trumpers. I was one of those. To tell you the truth, I still am for him. But I'm also divided because I'm also a fan of Ron DeSantis and his conservative federalist policies. A lot of people love and admire Governor DeSantis for standing up to Joe Biden. Governor Abbott. They say that, he's not so popular. The Governor Abbott isn't so popular these days. But I don't know. I happen to like what he's done here in Texas and how he stood up to the vaccine mandate. See, a conservative federalist sees the good in both parties. So you got some conservative Democrats that are still for decency and freedom, like Joe Manchin and Christine Sinema. Those I don't mind keeping in power, but it's the liberals from both parties that I have to complain about because they're almost socialist. We have a socialist versus federalist mentality here. And really and truthfully, it's become a problem because of our reactive culture. And so my political philosophy is that as a federalist, the power goes back to the states, back to a locality, back to the people to govern themselves. And my media philosophy is this: that anyone should have a chance to be and produce their own media without corporate interfering. Free speech. None of this gatekeeper theater, which I wrote a paper on in college. I wrote a paper called Elite Gatekeeper Theory, and let's just say it wasn't received well. Lots of moderates and liberals don't like the conservative federalist ideology, but it just is what it is. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of receiving most daily updates. Mr. Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, take care, and God bless you. See you tomorrow.